I'm Scott Fishman.
I'm John Dwoskin.
And this is the 7-Minute Salesman.
Welcome, everybody.
What up, John?
Fish, good morning. How are you?
Good. Sorry, that was a little loud.
No, I liked it. I needed it. I'm tired this morning.
John partied a little bit last night, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. I mean, and partying for me is just I ate a lot of food at a bat mitzvah. I don't do anything else. But it was a fun night.
It was a grueling horror.
Yeah, right. Exactly. All right. Good morning, Fish. Good morning. I'm glad to be on the podcast with you, though, today, sharing some stuff for our salespeople and as they kick off 2019.
Yeah, for sure. I've gotten a couple emails this week asking us where the hell we are. And it's funny, John, we've never set to a set schedule for how we do this podcast, which is like, the foolish consistency is a hobgoblin of little minds, I guess. But
right.
we kind of do it when we have the itch, and it's great. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad the dog's in the background because mine will probably start barking now too. But it's good to be here, and let's have a good podcast. What are we going to talk about today?
I think a good topic today is something that I call, and I think I made it up, but I could have read it somewhere, but I don't remember where I read it, but so I'm going to say I made it up. But call it the January effect, because I find that in the beginning of January, Fish, salespeople start to get really frustrated because their prospects and their clients aren't picking up the phone. They're not calling them back. They're not answering. And they feel a little frustrated, salespeople do, because they feel like they can't gain the momentum that they want to early in January. And I think that in from my perspective, the clients and the prospects are spending time kind of gearing up, getting everything that they need to get in place. And I think that tide turns in about the third week in January, right? For sure, the fourth week. And by February, everybody is just accelerated and moving forward at a faster clip. And so I think salespeople need to really kind of be conscious and cognizant that they can't slow down, even though nobody's picking up the phone and nobody's answering their calls.
Right. So are you calling it the January effect because it happens in January?
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Okay, good. So it's clever. I like it.
Thank you.
I can tell you, having been in sales for over 20 years now, I definitely see this. And it is tough because we want to get our business going. Everyone wants to get their business going in January. It's we want to get the momentum that we need. And when we're relying on third parties that are also trying to get their business up and running for the year, it can be tough because they're probably also getting frustrated. And that's something to think about. It is kind of a domino effect. If we're frustrated because person A isn't answering the phone, they're probably frustrated because someone they need to work in their business and take their next steps isn't answering the phone, and vice versa. I can tell you, this happens also later on in the first quarter quite a bit with a lot of businesses, and actually second quarter as well with taxes. A lot of, in my business and mortgages, a lot of times is, I'm waiting for my CPA. I'm waiting for my tax returns. I don't have that yet. And we're waiting on somebody, and we're on someone else's time. And I don't know about you, but one thing about CPAs is they don't pick up the phone because they're so damn busy. And whether they're busy or not, they're so damn busy, they're too busy to pick up the phone.
Right.
And so this happens a lot in January. And I can tell you, we've talked about this quite a bit. I moved into a new position, more B2B, and I felt it this year, the January effect. And I was wondering, I'm like, is it me looking in the mirror? Like, what am I doing? Right. And you have to first recognize, and the biggest thing is that it's not you. That's huge, because so many things I always say, blame yourself. I always put the blame on myself with a lot of problems that we have and issues. Look inwards first, but this is one where we really do have to, look outwards. And maybe our problem that we look inward to is we're being too sensitive.
Yeah, I think that's well said, and I think it's not you. Like you said, but we can't control certain things. And I think one of the key things is that we we look at it as almost kind of like a marketing campaign, right? And so these people may not call me back. These people may not answer the phone. But in January, I want to, connect in some way with them. Maybe I'll leave 3 messages for them or 2 messages and send them 1 article about my company, 1 article about something that they may be interested in, something just to stay in front of them and know that it will just kind of, grow your name and recognition. And because what I would venture to guess is if you do that consistently without, overdoing it, then when you finally do talk to the client or they do answer their phone, they'll say, thanks for the follow-up. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. Appreciate you, everything that you gave us.
Exactly. And that's what's crazy is you can sit there, you can call someone every other day or every day for 2-3 weeks, and you're like, God, this guy's just a dick. He's not calling me back. He's never doing business with me. I don't know why I'm calling him. I wish he would just pick up the phone. He hates me. I'm never going to get his business. And then when they pick up the phone, they're like, oh yeah, sorry, I was a little bit busy. Sorry, I was working on this. I meant to call you back. Wow, you are persistent. And we talk about this, and actually it's something that I've talked about in the past, and also it's kind of a mantra that we have. And for the life of me, I'm going to Tommy Boy this one too. But basically, for every customer or client that you lose because you're too persistent, you gain 10.
Yeah. Well said.
And the hard part is in the January, this time frame is, how do I balance it? Should I not call it all? And that's the worst thing you could do is just disappear.
Yeah. Don't disappear, because most people do disappear to that. I think most people do disappear because they start to get too self-conscious, that they are being a burden. And it's our job as salespeople. I've always felt as a salesperson, it's my job to call somebody back. And so I appreciate it when people call me back. But, if a client ever says to me or apologizes, hey, sorry I didn't, get back with you. I always say, hey, it's my job to make sure that I follow up with you. If you call me back, that's great. Keeps things moving forward. But, no worries. And I really believe that as a salesperson, that is a key thing. Because I think most people are really just bad with follow-up. And so if you follow up with them and make it easy, then I think everybody wins.
Right. And you're reminding them of the relationship and the dynamic there is that it's not, the burden isn't on them to follow up. The burden is on you. You should be the one that calls them. And it's kind of a weird Stockholm syndrome. I've had, people tell me, prospects, hey, I just don't have enough business to keep you happy. And I always wonder, I'm like, why would you even say that to me? I'm like, who are you doing business with that you have to keep happy? I'm here to make you happy.
Exactly.
Like that dynamic of I don't have enough business to keep you happy always throws me for a loop. I'm still wrapping my head around it. Yeah.
No. Well said. Well said. So I think an overarching theme today is, everybody raise their level of courage, and everybody raise their level of having no fear and taking control of what we can control, which is follow up and being of service to our clients and giving them the experience like no other salesperson can.
Right. And something you mentioned, you said the first 2 weeks of January, the January effect really is taking hold. And then in the third week is when business starts to pick up. So looking at this, we're actually recording this on the 13th. We're hitting the third week. We're at the top of the roller coaster right now. So buckle the fuck up, because business is about to take off, and you cannot be caught with your pants down, or can't be caught, however you want to put it. You can't be caught that way.
Can't be caught, right?
But buckle up, because here it comes.
Right. Amen to that. Buckle up. All right, Fish, that was a great episode. I mean, I don't think we need to go any further.
No, this is great. And remember, folks, the January effect, it's done. We're on to now. Let's get ready for the February effect, or the February freeze, or the February the February factor. We're going to come up with something.
We'll make up something by our next.
Exactly. And by the way, March Madness, John, is already taken, so we didn't make that one up. For sure, we're not making that one up.
For sure. All right.
All right, folks. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks Thanks, everybody, for listening. Now, no excuses. It's time to put everything you listen to into action. Stop bullshitting yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Stop listening and doing nothing with this information. Take this information, implement it into your day, kick some ass, grow your business, grow your sales, make more money, have more fun, have a better life, period, the end.
What he said.